And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for the brand new slasher film, Scream 2022, Scream 5, whatever you want to call it. It is here. The new Scream is here. Ghostface is back. And so let's talk about this. So it's been like, I guess, like in the world of the Scream world, I think it's been like 25 years since the last Scream, even though Scream 4 came out in 2011, around there. Now, Wes Craven did not direct this movie, unfortunately, because he's not around anymore. But when you watch this film, it feels like Wes Craven is still around, still kicking butt when it comes to making this movie. And yeah, so basically what the gist of this film is, if you don't know, there's a killer out there called himself Ghostface, and he's going around killing some people who live in Woodsboro. And the killings start coming back, and then the original cast, who are Ned Campbell, David Arquette, and of course Courtney Cox, they get the whispers about, hey, listen, there's a new killer in town. We might need to go back and prevent this from happening. Fortunately, 3 kills already happened. And you see the new kids, a bunch of new high school kids. They're like the new, Sydney, Dewey, all that. They're like the new ones. And when you watch this film, it just brings back the nostalgia of what the original Scream was. And personally, I like all the Scream movies. I like every single one of them. I feel like my weakest one would be Scream 2. Only because I feel like that movie didn't have enough, kills in here. So we get some pretty great brutal kills in here, and I thought that the killing in this movie was very shot very well. I thought seeing Ghostface again was great. The old cast wasn't here. They weren't too like, oh yeah, let's overshadow the new kids and be the stars again. No, they had enough good screen time to they were here. They did some things, but the main focus was the main characters. Like this one girl who her sisters, like, and this is a spoiler for the opening of the trailer. You see that one girl, she answers the phone, she gets the, what's your favorite scary movie? She ends up getting attacked in the first film. And here's a minor spoiler for it. She survives. So her sister shows up, and from there the killer goes after the both of them. Why? There's a backstory to it. Don't want to explain more, but you have to go check it out. There's a pretty interesting backstory between the sisters that is very interesting, and it goes back to the original film. I'll just leave it at that. So Sydney, the crew, they come back to help him out, and they have to stop Ghostface from going around killing, because that's basically his job. So the good stuff about this film, the fact that you get to see the original cast come back. They interact with the new cast really well. They balance it out really well. I thought the humor was good. I'm surprised there was a lot of good humor in here, because normally a slasher film was all right, it's there, but come on, you don't have to be so funny. But it wasn't too funny to be like, okay, are you guys really poking fun of this, or are you just there for the jokes? But it was still good. I still enjoyed it. For my weaknesses of this film, now I remember when I saw this, I was thinking to myself, okay, you make it kind of predictable a little bit. There's this one particular scene that kind of I'm like scratching my head about, because I'm like, am I the only one who sees this in this movie? Now, I'm not going to spoil what happens, but I'm going to say minor spoiler if you don't want to know any details. It's not much. It's not going to, discredit what the film is about, but there's a particular scene that kind of happens during the daytime. There's a killing, a Pacific killing that happens during the daytime. And it's a great shot. I thought it was a really cool, jump scares. The jump scares were great. And I'm like, okay, this person's getting killed in broad daylight. Now, this is a suburban neighborhood, and normally in the suburban neighborhood, you have neighbors walking around mowing the lawns or whatever it is. Telling you right now, in this scene, it was a ghost town. No pun intended, but literally a ghost town. I mean, like, where the heck are the people walking around? collecting their mail? Where's the mailman walking around? No, the killer kills this particular person, broad daylight, nobody's around here, not even a car goes by. It's like bizarro. I mean, that was probably my biggest negative, is the fact that really at this point you're doing that with these movies. And another negative I have is, like, listen, I know we live in 2021, 2022 now. Who uses house phones anymore? I don't know. No idea. But yeah, why would a killer call somebody on a house phone when everybody has a cell phone now? I found that a little bit too odd. I'm like, really? You still going back to that? Hey, I get it. The original one set that tone really well. Somebody calls you, you don't know who it is, you just answer it, and someone creepy on the phone. I get that. But we live in a world where even if you have a house phone, there's something called caller ID. Even on our televisions, it will pop up if you have like Optimum or something, and it will pop up, this person's calling, or unknown caller. Really? We still in that era? Anyway, my minor little small thing with that. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. I thought Neve Campbell was great. David Arquette was great. Courtney Cox, love her. She's great. She was amazing. The new cast was great. I thought they all really worked. I was very scared that we were just going to get these random kids and they were just going to be there just to get killed. But some of them, especially the main two girls, they were great. And, and I love the fact they kept you guessing who the killer is. You try to guess between the friends who's the killer. But then for me, I kind of figured it out after maybe by the second act. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to figure out who the killer was. And then I'm like, oh, it has to be this person. But that's what I love about this movie. So, you try to guess who the killer is, then you're wrong, then you're like, oh my God, it's this person. Then you're like, wow, I didn't expect that. I love when they still do that. It was great. So I had a lot of fun with this movie. I truly love the Scream franchise. I love them all. I think this might be my, I think to me, 4 is my favorites, followed by this one, followed by 3, then the original one, and then 2 will be last. I love all the movies regardless, but if I had to go put it in an order, that would be the order. It would be 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. But yeah, I enjoyed them all. So yeah, so I think Wes Craven would be very proud of what the director did with this film. He did a good job, or she. I'm not really sure who directed the movie. I apologize. I should have known. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the new Scream movie. Are you guys excited for it? Not excited for it? Big fans of it? Not big fans? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much and have a good night.